Hello everyone, on the formative I'm going to be going over number 2 on word problems right here. All right, so the question is asking what is the force the platform exerts on the person? So having already done this FBD, all right, what equation am I going to use? Well, none of these have force push except for my net force equation one. So at the end of the day, I'm going to use this equation. I'm looking for FP at the end of the day. And the only equation that has FP is FP minus FG right here. Okay. Problem is, I don't know my net force or my force. Well, let's see. Actually, do we know our force of gravity? Ooh, a 1,700 kilogram platform. So this could be the force of gravity, the weight, right? But I noticed my units; they're kilograms. So this is not the weight. It's not the force of gravity. It's the mass. And besides that, is there any other information that it's giving me? All right. There is, but you know what? Let's just wait for now. So let's just figure out our force of gravity. So for our force of gravity, Fg is equal to mg. All right? And my mass is 1,700 kilograms. And my G is always 9.8 on Earth. So when I solve for force of gravity, I'm going to get 16,660 newtons, technically going downwards. So we could plug that in. Again, we're looking for force push minus, and then my force of gravity. Okay. So now, though, in order to solve for FP, I need my net force. All right. So by the way, I could tell you, we could read this problem and know our net force. All right. Maybe we even know it from our explanation over here, but let's just say we went down the path and we're like, all right, well, I know I'm going to use this equation, F net equals ma. I know my mass already, right? It's that 1,700 kilograms, right? So then I just need to know my acceleration to find my net force. So then what is my acceleration? Well, it doesn't give me a number, but this is when we have to use those physics concepts, right? The person's moving up and the force of gravity is the same weight as the person. So same, so there might, if that's the case, those forces balance out. Then there's no then there's no net force, which means there's no acceleration. So if I have zero acceleration, well, 0 times anything is gonna be a net force of 0. So you actually did not need to do a calculation here to solve this. You could just know, oh, from our explanation, we know the net force is 0. Conceptually, right? But you could always, again, confirm it with our math. Right? So when we do the math on this, the force of push ends up equaling the same thing as our force of gravity, 16,660 newtons going upwards.